Good evening, this is Turek. I'm really tired, but I wanted to do this video while it's fresh in my head. I just saw MasokX's video about fixing Super Saiyan 3, and it infuriated me a bit because I think a lot of people miss the point of Super Saiyan 3, and I understand where we want to fix things that are not perfect. I'm one of those people most of all, but I made this video to you guys, a few viewers I have 6 weeks ago about understanding Super Saiyan 3, and I was hoping someday that video gets out, or that topic gets out to understand it, so I'm trying to reiterate this in a brief video now. It kind of responds to MasokX, but I don't want to address it to him really, because I'm not in his same level of talking to him or trying to explain it to him or his fans. But Super Saiyan 3 is well known to me, because I think is well known to us because it is imperfect. So while discussing it being perfected is interesting, I don't think it should ever be taken fully seriously, because that's why it's important. It's a form that is not perfect, but can be effective if used right. And part of the reason everyone wants to fix it is because we never saw a fight where it won. We only had two characters use it in the story, Goku and Gotenks, and Goku used it as a last resort to stall for time, and Gotenks didn't properly utilize it. And Goku, actually, the second time he really used it fully, he was unable to utilize it fully because he was against an opponent with nearly unlimited stamina. So the fact that we don't see it being using to win a fight like Gohan did in using Super Saiyan 2, or Goku did with Super Saiyan 1, or Trunks with Super Saiyan 1, makes this Super Saiyan 3 a lot less memorable to us. And so we want to okay, how could, the common thing is to try to fix it so it could win a fight next time. But I think that is more of a fallacy to the story overall than to what the form is supposed to be when you look at it properly. So the form Super Saiyan 3 is essentially similar to Kaioken, and it's not supposed to be used long term. And Kaioken we saw used a lot more effectively when it was relevant in the story. So in the end, Super Saiyan 3 does become fixed, but its fixture is upgrading away from it and becoming Super Saiyan God. So when the story moved on and created this new level of power and transformations with the Super Saiyan God and the Battle of the Gods, that was the fix. That changed. Super Saiyan 3 was done. Super Saiyan was done. That was the ceiling with Super Saiyan 3. Moving on to God form is the best way to move away from it. You can't achieve any more power using that transformation. And so you ascend to the next level to fix it. And for a precedent of how this has been kind of done again in the story would be the ascended Super Saiyan form and not the ultimate Super Saiyan. I see that separately in and of itself. The way that descended Super Saiyan form was eventually discarded and became the full powered form, as they called it, with Goku and Gohan using it, and then Super Saiyan 2. So likewise with ascended Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 3, they're forms that are useful for a time, but are eventually transcended by the next forms. So you can't fix them in of themselves fully. And in that way, that's my rebuttal of what was being stated in this topic about MasokX prepared. It's a flawed form. That's what makes it unique and memorable. Also, other than it being not utilized properly story-wise from Toriyama's point, and now that it's been fixed already, drop something, and so it's no longer necessary to worry about it being fixed. And like he said in his video, it is basically a fan service form at this point. Unfortunately, for me, to me, that's not a bad thing to my view, because it always will be my favorite form, because it was the first one I saw used, and that will always be a reminder of how things happen with eventualities of where forms change to become that form, and then that's a point where you realize you must pivot to the next evolution if you want to stay relevant. So anyways, that's my thoughts on this video right now, and perhaps I feel like I'm forgetting something. I'll maybe post something again on this. Anyways, have a good night. I'm gonna get some sleep.